Alright, it should be live. Alright, it should be live.
I don't see it up yet.
Probably a little bit of a delay.
I don't see it up yet.
Probably a little bit of a delay.
What's your channel? Deja Brew Trades, right?
Yeah, yeah.
What's your channel? Deja Brew Trades, right?
Yeah, yeah. You went on the host too. Appreciate that. What's going on, guys? Hey, Keytoy. Oh, I need to play my music. Give me a second. Gonna be a real short stream, guys. I'm going to breakfast in like an hour. Give you guys a little bit of a recap. Take a look at some charts. I'm not opening any new positions probably until Monday. Currently holding 3 positions. I did not get filled on AMRN. And I actually canceled the trade on that. So we're holding WBA, Twitter, and GNW. WBA is currently underwater. Twitter's underwater. And GNW is making us some money. I like the pattern on WBA. You are holding a daily trend line. Strong support. But I don't like that it's instantly rejecting that bounce. We will see if it can bounce off that trend by the end of the day, but so far right now it's not looking too good. If it doesn't break this high of the day by the end of the day, I'll probably cut it. I broke one of my rules and traded a little too heavy on WBA. I've been going pretty aggressive on my options account. Most of my trades are about 15 to 25% of my account per position. I took about 50% per 50% of my account on WBA, so a little heavy. The markets retraced the gap, but now they're pumping up. So it's actually pretty bullish. Came down, filled the gap, and now we're bouncing. The gap was only filled on SPY and NASDAQ, not filled on the Still have a green trend here on the Qs and the SPY. Hourly 200 EMA holding on Bitcoin. Let's take a look. I don't think I have the 200 on this chart. It should be on this one. Let's see. Yeah, so we have the hourly right there. Oh, I mean the 200 EMA. You are failing the low of that distribution. If you guys looked at my distribution pattern that I showed you yesterday, you have the distribution high, low, retest the high, failure, and then you bounce back into the distribution low, and now you're failing. This is bearish. So don't get too bullish here. This is bearish until you regain the low as support. So Bitcoin is going to be bearish moving forward until you hit that either that doji level there, or you bounce and gain that low. The Momo's starting to turn green a little bit, but not too much confirmation on the daily. 12-hour gave you a bottom signal right there at the bottom. The 8-hour gave you a massive bull div along with the 4-hour. Let's take a look at the Ichi for Bitcoin. 3-hour Ichi gave you a TK cross, but it's weak. You're below the cloud. You're rejecting the bottom of the cloud here. 12-hour, you had a TK cross way back here. You're still in that gap between the TK and the baseline. You do have a neutral trend here on the 12-hour, so not really in any bias. You are rejecting this 12-hour pivot perfectly. You do have a lot of resistance. You have a Kumo twist giving you a red cloud. Take a look at the 8 hours, pretty bearish. 15 minutes, pretty bearish. Very choppy there. You got a lot of chop. I'd pay attention to this 3-hour cloud. You could hit an edge to edge, giving you 11.6. Very unlikely. You could consolidate, break the cloud, use it as support around 10.5. If you pop up, you've got strong resistance around 11.3 and around 10.9. You have broken your downtrend here. So your bearish channel has broken. That doesn't mean that you're not bearish anymore. It just means that you're not as bearish. You're not continuing that nearly parabolic downtrend. You have a slight uptrend here, but could easily just be a bear trap. Or sorry, a bull trap. We can take a look at the majors here. SPY getting ready to have a TK cross down, but looks pretty bullish as long as you maintain above like 298. Basically same thing on the Qs, still bullish. The Dow looks good. Look at the dollar here. The dollar looks pretty decent. You're above the baseline. You have a red cloud above though. The CL, which is oil, entering a new downtrend. Weekly failing the flat cloud. So look pretty bearish on oil. You could look for some puts or some bear plays on USO or WTI. Weekly on Bitcoin, still continuing that uptrend. Your TK still above your baseline. You have a green cloud as well. You are out of the cloud finally on the weekly. You have some support around 8.8 and 8.5. Using that pivot and that baseline. Take a look at our Renko on Bitcoin. Our Renko on Bitcoin is giving a couple of red bars here. You do have support around 10.1 to 10,000. We'll see how it reacts when it gets down to that level. Currently failing this high here on the Renko. The Momo's pretty much topped out at around 20. So you probably should see a pullback here. Our WBA position on Walgreens. Running into some resistance. You are getting pretty tight here. Your 72 moving average is coming in. You've got a pivot high and a pivot low. You have a neutral trend, so not easy to say which way it's going to head. Our Twitter position is downtrending. You rejected the 72 there. I probably will cut Twitter before the end of the day. We'll see how it reacts to the 72 moving average on the hourly. You do have a neutral trend, but you are starting to enter that downtrend again. Our GNW put looking really good. You are starting to bounce, but as long as you maintain below this downtrend around 375, 38, then it's safe to hold on to it. Microsoft gapped up pretty heavily today. You are starting to retrace down towards that gap, but they had pretty strong earnings, so they probably will continue this uptrend. Cisco is one that we were watching. You did break this 50-minute uptrend, but you are pretty bullish on the daily. As long as you maintain that trend, you're looking pretty good. Nothing really else on my watch list right here. SSRM continuing to new highs. Very strong volume on SSRM. You can see the volume coming in. I did not get filled on AMRN. I canceled my bid for that. If it retraces back into the triangle around like 19, I might look to get into my spread again, but for right now, we're not watching it. WBA starting to climb here. Really want to see it get above 55. We're currently down 2% on the day because of our WBA position, but if that starts to rise, we will easily be profitable. WBA is our biggest position by far. It's bigger than all three of my other positions combined. I do like that it's climbing here. Entering a bullish trend on the 5-minute. Need to get through this 72 moving average. If you guys want me to take a look at anything, feel free to put it in chat. I can take a look at crypto or equities or forex, whatever you want. WBA starting to climb here. I'm actually break even on it. Our only negative position currently is Twitter. Currently testing this 72. We'll see what it does. It's actually above it by 2 cents already. Not a lot of volume though. If you don't get some more volume, you're gonna fail this doji. You got a lot of doji resistance on this high. I do like this higher low being put in. But we need to see some volume. Markets are still climbing. Look really good. The Dow looks the best. Nasdaq's up. Or sorry, the Qs are retracing here back above the 144. Yeah, see, this is what I'm talking about here. You don't have a lot of volume, so you're gonna fail this doji. Cisco's climbing. If Cisco regains the trend here, could look really good for tomorrow. Or sorry, not tomorrow, Monday. No trading on the weekends. What are you looking at here, Keytoy? At the 200? My hourly 200 looks completely different to yours. Are you using a moving average or an EMA? I'm using an EMA. You using an EMA? Yeah, so am I. You just sent me a 30-minute. You're looking at the 30. The 30 looks really clean though. WBA failing the 200 on the 30-minute. Holding it on the hourly though. Holding on the 2-hour as well. Failing the 3-hour. Failing the 5-minute. So definitely mixed signals here. Twitter held the 30-minute perfectly, holding the 15, failing the 5. Mostly support on Twitter. GNW's coming into its 1 hour 200. GNW's starting to get some momentum here on the bottom. Just failed the 5-minute 200. That's good. Currently failing the 4 hour. Currently failing the 8 hour, which is the same as the daily. So the daily is going to be the strong one here. We're failing the 200 on the daily, so I really like our short here. Our short looks really good. EOC's way down here for Walgreens. So you're not getting any volume towards the high. You are above VWAP though, that's good. You're not above it on the 5-minute. My charts are starting to get a little messy again. It just looks really messy here because we've got pivots all over the place. We got a pivot here, pivot here, pivot here. You've got your trail coming in. You're just consolidating, so everything's in one place. You're like right on that ribbon, so I like that. Markets are still consolidating here. We're coming into lunchtime pretty soon, so you're not going to see too much volume. Oh, this is hideous, dude. This is why I'm trading equities right now and not Bitcoin. Look at how disgusting this price action is. What an absolute joke. You have a 5% wick down into a 5% wick up into a 5.5% wick down, into a 2% bounce. Jesus, dude. Any of you guys get killed during that chop? Or are you guys making money scalping it? I'm actually making money on my little mess around account. I'm currently testing a hedging strategy. It's doing pretty good. I'm up 31% on this little account. It's a pretty risky strategy, but it's working out. Once I've got it down to a T and I know that it works, I'll start posting the trades in the Discord. It's too experimental right now, though. Would probably lose people a lot of money. The strategy is currently underwater on a small position. It's along at 10,582 on September. That's only down about $100 Bitcoin wise. Slow day today, guys. Not really looking for too many trades. Just trying to manage the trades that I currently have. We'll be looking for some more trades Monday. Twitter is starting to pull back. I think WBA looks pretty good here as long as it gets some volume. You're hovering towards that high. You need to break through it. JCPenney took a massive hit today. Gap down from 108 down to below $1. They're pretty much close to filing bankruptcy pretty soon. Their business is falling apart. They've already closed most of their stores. I can't tell you the last time me or somebody I knew shopped at JCPenney. You want to see how heavily I'm in WBA? Look at this. This is my portfolio. For the day. WBA is really throwing my portfolio around. I took way too big of a position in it. Still looking very good for the month. We recovered from a couple of big losses. Here's my monthly portfolio. Took some losses in the beginning, then we fully recovered. Coming down a little bit. The WBA position is pushing us down here. The CHK position also was the majority of this decline here was from the CHK position we took. We made 10% of our account yesterday, though. This little move here was 10%. We're down 3% now. I'm trading very high risk, very high reward. My percentages are much higher than standard. What do you guys think about this BitMEX drama? You guys think the CFTC is actually going to be able to rein them in? Because I don't think they're going to be able to do anything. I think BitMEX might flop like Binance did and try to shut down the US customers, but they're probably not going to get very far. I don't think BitMEX is like Binance. I think Arthur's too arrogant to flop. He's not going to roll over for the CFTC. CZ's more of a professional, if you will, but Arthur's too arrogant. He's not going to roll over for the regulators.
I think we don't have any presence there whatsoever. I'm not sure though.
Yeah, but we don't have a lot of presence in these other exchanges. They just kind of roll over because they're scared, you know what I mean? They just kind of
That's
panic.
true.
Um,
Right.
but I don't think he's gonna panic. I think he's just too arrogant. Like, we don't have too much of a presence for Binance either, and they completely rolled over. They
That's
didn't
true.
want anything to do with the SEC or the CFTC.
That's what I'm wondering. Like, how much could they actually do when they don't have influence over a government in that country?
Yeah. Basically, the biggest thing they could do is if they found out U.S. citizens. See, this is the problem. There's no KYC, so if they found out like U.S. citizens were using their funds to trade on BitMEX, they could freeze the assets that are like going to and from like your bank account. You know what I mean? Like to these crypto exchanges to fund BitMEX trading, but
Right.
that'd be like farther down the road, obviously.
Yeah. Actually, I think it would make sense for them also to address the problem at the root, which would be Coinbase or something like that. You know, if we see
Exactly.
you
Yeah.
sending to like a 3BMEX vanity address, then we know you're sending it to BitMEX from the United States.
That's exactly what I mean. Like if they find out like a U.S. citizen is sending his money to Coinbase from his bank account to buy Bitcoin and then send it to BitMEX, like what they could do is they could get Coinbase to be like, hey, do not take any withdrawals or deposits from BitMEX. So if it's a U.S. citizen, if they're trying to send their crypto to a BitMEX wallet or they're trying to send their BitMEX money to your Coinbase account, block it. Freeze those assets.
Yeah, actually, that would work for
That
now
would work, yeah.
because like BitMEX uses the vanity addresses,
Exactly.
but what if they said, well, we're just gonna randomize the addresses? Like, it would make it a lot more difficult.
100%. Yep. But they use that stupid ass 3B max, so
Yeah.
they let the entire world know, hey, this is a BitMEX address. Yeah, Keytoy, for now they start with 3 BMEX.
Yeah, you can actually go to certain websites and generate a complete vanity address for Bitcoin or other coins, like, and you can put certain words you want in the wallet address, stuff like that. It was an attempt to basically make addresses more legible to the everyday person, which kind of failed, obviously.
Yep. I think that's one of the greatest flaws in crypto is the wallet addresses being just so scary, and it makes people,
Exactly.
it
That's
scares the
like
shit out of people when they're sending money to and from.
right. That's one of like crypto's original problems, which is one reason I found what Sticky was talking about so interesting with the Zilliqa, because they basically take a hash, which is illegible, and most people don't even know what that is, and they convert it to like a universal address so you can receive payments on it. And I think that's genius.
Yep. To this day, I've been in crypto for like over 2 years. I still get fucking scared sending money. Like, how do you think the average person feels? It is probably the greatest flaw in crypto.
Well, fortunately, yeah, I mean, I don't know what happens if you send it to an invalid address. Like, I assume it just doesn't get processed. But I mean, chances are if you change one character, it's probably not going to the incorrect address because of the way it's salted. I'm not that familiar with cryptography, but I think that's how it would work.
Well, like, even if you mess up one, it would still go to the right address.
It wouldn't go anywhere, and it would eventually be returned or recoverable, I think.
Oh. What's going on, man? It would be invalid. So in that case, when it's invalid, they would send you your money back. You wouldn't lose your money. It won't process? Okay. Well, that's pretty good.
But still, you know, someone's like, send me $20 for yard work. Okay, my address is
Yeah,
XYC11E.
exactly.
It's like that doesn't really fly in the real world, unfortunately.
No, they need to do something like the Zilliqa thing where it's kind of like a Venmo type thing. Here's my address, send it to me.
Right.
Or like the Cash App. Like Cash App has these very simple names. You know what I mean? People love that shit. They eat that shit up. That's why nobody likes the crypto version.
That's what will make it palatable to the masses and like gain larger adoption, basically.
100%. It would bring in the most retail investors if they just make the addresses and sending and receiving money much easier. They already have the groundwork. The groundwork's there. The wallets are good. Just need to change up the addresses.
It's kind of funny in a way because you realize you have some of the greatest minds in computer science working on crypto, but like it often feels like they're so focused on like the technological aspects that they forget everyday things like that almost. I mean, people know it's a problem, but it's like it's strange to me that it hasn't been worked on more than it has.
Yeah, like the user interface needs to be better. Are the markets pulling down here? Yeah, Nasdaq's falling, SPY's falling, Dow's falling. They're still green on the day, just barely. But it's pulling our WBA down. Pulling our Twitter down as well. Volume's drying up on everything here. Bitcoin's dry. US markets are dry. Not a whole lot going on here. Volume's coming in on oil. When oil gets back down to like this 54.80 range, I'll probably look to take a long position on USO or WTI or one of the ETFs. I closed my long-term oil, I think it was Wednesday or Tuesday. Took profit on that. WBA's killing me today. I'm down 5% on the day from WBA. SPY's pulling back, Qs are pulling back, Dow's pulling back. Twitter's dropping as well. I'm not worried about my WPA position, WBA, until it gets below this daily trend, but like I said earlier, I don't like that it fully retraced the bounce. This bounce should have been significant enough to push it higher, but we're not seeing that. Trail flipped red here. We have an engulfing candle coming in. We're coming back towards these pivots. Looks more like a bear flag instead of a continuation of an uptrend. The 1 hour gave you a sell signal here on the trail. My only position that's making money currently is my short. So like JMA and Sticky were saying, we should probably be looking for some shorts next week. The markets are starting to pull back. You want to follow the market as much as you can. It doesn't have as big of an impact as Bitcoin does on altcoins, but the market still will impact how the equities are doing. Especially if you're trading heavily tech-based companies, you want to pay attention to the NASDAQ. Man, the Bybit shills are getting absolutely fucking out of hand on Twitter. Now that BitMEX is getting some bad news, the Bybit shills are going even harder. It's very clear which traders make their money off affiliate fees and which traders actually make their money off trading. You wonder why I barely ever post affiliate links. Because I could not care less. Yeah, affiliate shillers, man, it's insane, dude. It's like... You know what we should do? We should create a Twitter bot that examines these people's crypto Twitter accounts, and it takes all of their charts, and then it takes all the times that they've posted their affiliate link, and it will give you a ratio to tell you what their chart to bullshit ratio is. Because I can guarantee you that most of these people on crypto Twitter have posted their affiliate link probably about 2 to 3 times as much as they've actually posted content. Turtle, are you Crypto Turtle 3 on Twitter? Oh, I got you. Yeah, I remember you. No, it's so funny because as we were just saying this, there's a guy on Twitter called Crypto Turtle 3, and he was posting about Bybit, and then Bagsy was talking about him. It was just random timing. Markets are very dry right now. Extremely boring. WBA is pulling back. Markets are dumping here. You're actually red on the day on the SPY and the Qs. You're not red on the day on the Dow yet. I wonder what it would look like if you did this. Let's see. Or no, sorry, SPY plus QQQ plus DJA divided by 3. That's not right. Why is it saying 9,500? DIA? What's the difference between the DIA and the DJI? This is the Dow Jones Industrial Average. Does the DIA get more volume than the DJI? Like the SPX is the SPY index? Oh, I got you. Yeah, yeah. The DIA is the ETF. The DJI is the index. I gotcha. I actually want the DJI, but I want to put the DIA in this. It's a good call. There we go. Let's get rid of this one. Let's do this one here. This will give us all three markets at once. Give us basically an average of all three. IWM is the small caps. Yeah, it's the Russell. I don't really pay attention to the Russell. I could throw the Russell in there, but I don't really pay attention to it. Never really have. WBA is killing me here. Still resting on that pivot. I do gotta go, guys. This was a little short recap stream on my positions. I will be streaming in the afternoon, so I'm gonna start stream probably around 3:30. It's gonna be another little probably hour stream, so you guys will get 2 streams today. So yeah, look out for me around 3:30 p.m. I might stream a little early, maybe around 3. Get a little bit of the daily close. I'll let you guys know when I'm going live on Twitter. But I'm going to go get some breakfast slash lunch. And then I'm going to do a few little things and then come back and stream at 3. But alright guys, if I don't see you then, I'll see you tomorrow. I will be streaming tomorrow around 3 as well. So if I don't see you, I stream every single day. So make sure you hit that follow button if you're new. I'll see you guys later today. Peace out, guys.